The next thing we're going to talk about is RA 11235, or the Motorcycle Prevention Act. This law penalizes drivers who use motorcycles to commit crimes. That's why the use of larger motorcycle plates is being implemented compared to the ones used before, so that it is easier to read and identify the details. Apart from making the plates bigger, the coded numbers will also be made brighter. Remember, the first registration of a motorcycle should be done by the owner of the motorcycle at the LTO. If the driver gives the dealer the authority to do the registration, this can be done but only within 5 days after the sales invoice or certificate of stock reported, or CSR, is issued. Plates should be distributed by the LTO. These plates should be bigger, easier to read, and color-coded. The metal number plate is placed at the back of the motorcycle, and what we call the decal number plate is placed at the front. The motorcycle plate must be readable from a distance at least 15 meters. All motorcycles should have a rear plate light. You may ask, do the new plates have the same colors? The answer is no. The plates are color-coded so that it's easier for enforcement agencies to identify them. Private motorcycles use white backgrounds with black alphanumeric characters. There is also something called color stripe placement. For the National Capital Region, or NCR, and for other regions, the whole plate remains white. While the other regions have designated color stripes, notice if they are placed at the top or bottom. The top color stripes are assigned to the following regions: pink for Cordillera Administrative Region, green is for Region 1, red is for Region 2, Region 3 is blue, purple is for Region 4A, top orange is the color stripe for motorcycles in Region 4B, and gray is for Region 5 or Bicol. While for the bottom color stripes, color purple is assigned for Region 6. Region 7 is orange, bottom green for Region 8. Region 9 is red, Region 10 is gray, Region 11 is blue, Region 12 is brown, and Caraga Administrative Region is pink. What violation can you get if you fail to follow RA 11235? First, if the motorcycle is unregistered, or if the sale of the owner is reported to the LTO within the 5 days after receiving the CSR, they will be fined about 20,000 to 50,000 pesos. The arresto mayor comes up from 1 month and 1 day to 6 months until prisión correccional, which can get up to 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. It's possible that one or both penalties are given. If the driver is using the motorcycle without the plate number, they can be fined 50,000 up to 100,000 pesos, or what's called prisión correccional. It's also possible that both penalties are given. For enforcers who don't surrender plates to the authorities 1 day after they make the apprehension and confiscation, they can also be given the penalty of prisión correccional. Please take note of the following violations and penalties if a motorcycle is used in the commission of a crime constituting a grave felony under the revised penal code. Owner, driver, and backrider. The penalty can be reclusión temporal, 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Reclusión perpetua, imprisonment for at least 30 years. Prisión correccional, 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. To prisión mayor, 6 years and 1 day to 20 years will be the penalty. If a motorcycle is used in the commission of a crime constituting a less grave felony or light felony, for example, slight physical injuries, theft, alteration of boundary marks, under the revised penal code. If a seized motorcycle is used in the commission of a crime, the driver will receive the maximum penalty of the relevant crime or offense. And if death or serious physical injuries, unlawful use of motorcycles, the penalty will be reclusión perpetua, imprisonment for at least 30 years. So it's better to avoid committing violations against the law so that you don't get any penalties or fines. I have a few more reminders. If you lose the motorcycle plate, you have to report this within 72 hours after losing it. If you fail to do this, there will be a penalty. Let's look at this chart. There is also a punishment for intentionally removing or erasing, falsifying, forging, imitating, covering, or concealing the number plate or readable plate. And finally, if you use stolen number plate or readable number plate, you will be fined 50,000 to 100,000 pesos, and even prisión mayor that comes up to 6 years and 1 day, or 20 years of imprisonment. You can even get both. You have to take care of motorcycle number plates to avoid this penalty. Now, on this issue of impoundment and forfeiture of a motorcycle, the law says a motorcycle used in the commission of a crime or offenses shall be impounded by the PNP during the pendency of litigation over it in a secured impounding center provided by the LGU until the termination of the case. Such motorcycles shall then be forfeited in favor of the government, unless the court finds that the defendant is not guilty of the offense charged, or such motorcycle belongs to an innocent third party. The last part of RA 11235 is a prohibition of an individual to sell motorcycles if they don't have the capacity to provide and showcase readable plate numbers as stated. Owners of existing motorcycle units which do not have space for the front plate are required to provide a bracket or any other provision where the same shall be installed. Follow the law and be a responsible motorcycle driver or back rider.